Hey everybody, how's it going? Here we are. We are the NES Bros podcast. Oh, what podcast number is this? Are we on like 16?
I have no idea.
I'm just going to say it's 16. I have no idea. I didn't even check. I should have checked that. What an idiot I am. I am your host, Mr. McSpicy. The one with the beard and the dashing good looks. I am co-hosting this podcast with my lovely, beautiful, strong-smelling, dapper individual, Jordan the Man.
Hello.
How are you doing, Jordan?
Good.
Well, that's good to hear. What's new in your life?
Not much.
Not much for me either. By golly. It's getting warmer. We live in Utah.
That's always good.
And it feels fantastic to have warmer weather. We've been having a lot of terrible weather, but whatever. That's okay. That means I can stay inside and video game it up. On our other podcast, the XoneBros, I called this guy out once again. Silence42 is in chat. He is basically the producer of the show. He just said episode 16 is correct. So, everybody, I don't know who put me in charge, but he should be in charge, Silence42. This is episode 16. Thank you so much, and happy birthday, Silence.
Yeah, happy birthday. That's awesome.
Super cool. Super cool. I have some quick little items. For those of you new to the show, we are a community that want to make positive gaming happen to everybody, and everybody that wants a chance to be a part of positivity in gaming, you can, actually. Go check out the nesbros.com website. You will see a place for Discord. There's great articles. Our sister corporation, the X1Bros, as well, has some great articles on there. Discord is a link you can click on there. In chat, go click on it. Clickety-click. Just like that, and you will be introduced to the world of the NES Bros and the X1Bros community. It's a good time. It's a good time. Thank you to our Patreon subscribers. Silence is right on top of that in chat again, and Discord. Those that want to support what we do and what we're trying to accomplish, making free content like this, believe it or not, is not cheap. And we want this to become a full-time job kind of thing for you guys as well as us and our families. We would love to make positive gaming a thing permanent in the world, and we want to become your IGNs. We want to be the game spots. We want to be the place to go when you hear about positive gaming. And in order to do that, you can go to patreon.com/X1Bros or go to the nesbros.com website and click on Patreon to subscribe to us and support us. It's an excellent way to do that. Man, I burned through that. That was good. Did you think that was
good?
Of the two intros that I've been in charge of, which one do you think was better, last week's or this week's?
I can't remember.
Okay, fair enough. I did it. We're good to go. Everybody, we have a great show ahead for you. We have some news stories that I think we'll take care of, and some other stuff. I don't know. This podcast is just like whatever.
Yeah,
this is our fun. Whatever podcast. It's a great podcast. What are some of the news this week, Jordan?
Well, no, it's like you said. It's this podcast is fun because we just take kind of our favorite news story. Like for me, you take kind of. I mean, because there's a lot of news, right, every week. But you kind of take your favorite ones and talk about it. So it's fun. And some of the favorite ones of this week, Fire Emblem Echoes: Shadows of Valentia.
Okay.
Now available for 3DS.
For the 3DS.
For the 3DS,
is this? So I have never played a Fire Emblem game, but I know you.
Fire Emblem's a fun game.
And David are huge fans of this.
Yeah, Fire Emblem's fun.
Is this like is this a previously released game? Or
No, this is a new Fire Emblem game for the 3DS.
Full Fire Emblem game?
Yeah.
Oh man.
I don't know where the story takes place in this one. I think actually no, I don't. But yeah, no.
So this is big. This is awesome.
Oh yeah, Fire Emblem's always fun.
Cool.
I played the last what was the last one? The one right before this one. Oh my goodness, it's on the tip of my tongue. Fire Emblem.
Tip of the tongue.
Oh, that's gonna bother me. I gotta figure it out. I had it. Awakening. That was it. There we go.
Okay, you didn't. Just so you know, I witnessed this. He did not actually look this up.
I'm gonna double check.
Give credit to your brain
there
on that
it is.
one.
Fire Emblem Awakening. which was on the 3DS.
I'm proud of you, man.
Wait, no. See, Awakening was the one before.
Oh,
Dang it! Fire Emblem.
I don't know how to help you.
Yeah, Mark, take the air for a minute.
Oh,
This is
okay.
bothering me.
So, what's the difference? No, I have a joke for you all. Why do mermaids wear
Face.
seashells? Why do mermaids wear seashells? Because B shells are too small and D shells are too big.
Ha!
That's my joke. That's my go-to joke. That's been my joke since I was like in 6th grade.
Fire Emblem Fates is what I meant to say.
Fire
Sorry.
Emblem.
Awakening. I did play Awakening, but Fates was the previous one. I don't know why.
No, that
It's
happens
like on
to
the
me.
tip of my tongue.
That happens to me all the time.
When there's too many games, it's like, oh yeah, in this Halo game or in this Mario game, and then you're like, well, crap, that was Super Mario Brothers 3. No, 2.
Yeah.
It's just it happened.
Well, Super Mario Bros. 3 and Super Mario Bros. 2 are very different games. I mean, that's not a very good example.
Sorry. That's stupid.
That's a terrible example, actually. And you should be ashamed.
Super Smash Melee and Super Smash the other one, Brawl. I don't know this.
Okay, fair enough. That works.
Yeah, so Fire Emblem on the 3DS. Be sure to check it out. Fire Emblem Echoes. Check this out. Splatoon, which I'm excited for. Splatoon 2 coming to the Nintendo. The official Splatoon manga has been serialized in Japan's Koroku Comic Magazine. I know I pronounced that wrong, but it is getting an official English language release later this year.
Oh, so
very exciting.
there's actual lore behind Splatoon?
Yeah, it's an all ages comic book, so it's kind of whatever. Well, not whatever, but it's kind of a more lighter comic story, right? Based on the original Wii U game, focuses on 4 Inklings caught up in the Splatoon turf war. So
That's fascinating.
yeah, it is.
I didn't know there was lore.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. I'm excited. I'm really actually very. This is actually. I probably should say this for last because this is probably one of my favorites, along with another one that I'm getting excited for. But this is just exciting.
Yeah.
Splatoon manga. That's gonna be fun to read. I mean, I'm excited. It's like the
Well,
Overwatch
like, how
comic
do you-
books. You're just like,
I mean,
I'm just excited to read it. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a fun time.
so how I don't know. I guess you could, with no restraints, you could go anywhere with the story.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want. There was the octopus people that attacked. I mean, there's some story behind it. In the first one, there was a campaign and stuff, but
Okay.
I'm excited for the manga to get an English release, which will be fun.
That's so
So
awesome.
moving on, the popular side-scrolling adventure Owlboy is coming to the Nintendo Switch.
Owlboy?
Owlboy. Owl.
Oh,
Boy.
owl.
Owl. Like hoot hoot.
And Crabboy?
Incrediboy? Yeah.
Owlboy. Owlboy. Okay.
Owl.
So
boy.
I haven't seen anything on this. Is that what you're looking at? Is that gameplay right there?
Oh, no, that was just an advertisement.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. So Owlboy is coming. What kind of a?
Side-scroller.
Yeah. I
You like side-scroller?
I love, as long as it's hard, because we played a recent game that just came out, something with a fox.
Yeah, the Seasons
After Fall. And there is a place for that game in the 2D platforming arena.
This is a platformer.
But yeah, it wasn't the place on my table because I like difficult platformers. And do we know anything else besides?
No, just that it's coming. I've never
cool.
played this game before, but it's coming to my Switch, so maybe I will play it now.
You know how I'm going to derail this conversation. You know how you said that it's hard for you to remember some games because they all blur?
Uh-huh.
Do you listen to audiobooks?
Uh-huh.
I do too. And I feel as though I now never remember what the books that I've read and what stories took place in any books, because with audiobooks, I hardly ever look at the title because I'm no longer opening the book every time I read it. I just press play. Like the whole Witcher series.
Yeah.
I'm on the third/fifth book now. I think it's called Baptism by Fire.
Baptism by Fire.
Baptism by Fire. I think that's what it's called. But honestly, it's all one big story to me now. And that's how all books are happening. I'm just bringing that up because that reminded me of video games blurring together because the Fire Emblem. How many Fire Emblem games are there?
There's one on the GameCube. There's one on the Game Boy Advance. There's
Yeah.
one. I mean, there might be multi. I know there's one on the GameCube that I played. There's at least one on the Game Boy Advance. There might be more. There's one on the DS. There's one on the 3DS. There's one on the. I mean, there's a lot of them. There's 2. There's 3, 4 on the 3DS now. I mean, 3 and 3. There's one on the phone. They're everywhere.
Oh man! And if you get them digitally, you'll never know what one you're playing.
Yeah, that's gonna be hard.
Anyways, keep going. Sorry.
Moving on. So I wish I lived in Japan because check this out.
Don't we all?
Japanese clothing retailer, I'm going to pronounce this wrong, Kulo's line of Nintendo-inspired T-shirts is now on sale.
Oh my gosh, I was drinking my drink.
UNIQLO
Neighborhood.
apostrophe S is how you spell the name.
The only, I don't have the story on my screen, or I'd help you out, man.
Yeah. They're selling Nintendo-inspired T-shirts, which who doesn't like a good Nintendo-inspired T-shirt? The new collection, which features T-shirts based on Pokemon, Animal Crossing, and a host of other Nintendo properties, it's on sale.
Nice, cool.
So hopefully those can come to America. Although I feel like we have quite a few Nintendo retailers that sell T-shirts, so I feel pretty comfortable. Like if you just go to Walmart, the T-shirt section.
There's always a Mario.
Oh yeah, there's always
Yoshi.
There's always the mushroom, and it says 1-up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then I
see
don't
that
have to
shirt
live
everywhere.
in Japan.
Yeah. I see that shirt everywhere. Hey, this will be exciting. Super Mario Odyssey, a game I'm super excited for, because the reason I'm excited for it is because at Nintendo Treehouse, the Nintendo Treehouse event, when they were talking about the Switch, and before it came out, and they were getting people hyped and showing you all the new stuff, they were talking about how the like Super Mario Run and you know, they were kind of more for the casual player, which opens this game up to be more for the core player. So it sounds like it's going to be a hard. Well, I'm getting the vibe of Mario 64.
Okay, yeah.
That's the vibe I'm getting from it, and the Super Mario Sunshine vibe, which Super Mario Sunshine was, I felt like Mario 64, which is why those two are two of my favorite Mario games.
Yeah.
64 and Super Mario Sunshine. And I get from Super Mario Odyssey, I get that vibe, and I'm excited for. Did you ever play 64, Mario 64? A lot of speedrunners do that.
Oh yeah, I love that. Yeah, Witwix, he's one of my favorites. He's a great streamer. I watch that a lot. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I mean, they just beat the game in 5 minutes, and I'm like, wow, that just ruined it for me. Yeah. But no, I don't know. What's your favorite Mario game? I mean, because you played more than I have.
I think I've played.
You've probably played them all, except for like Galaxy
one.
and Forward. You know what I mean?
There's a
maybe
few.
GameCube Forward.
The GameCube I missed.
Yeah, that was a fantastic console.
Yeah, I missed it. Dang it. I'm sorry, man.
I honestly feel like the GameCube doesn't get enough credit. I think the GameCube was a solid, awesome console. It had a lot of great games. It was awesome. It was a little cube.
Yeah.
It was like the Tesseract. Imagine, I was about the same size and the color, too. It was purple. Imagine carrying around the Tesseract with you. That's exactly what it was.
Or the Allspark.
Yeah, and it had a little handle on the back. Handle. Yeah, it was great.
It was the Allspark and the Tesseract. Yeah. It was full of energy.
They had the little discs.
It's it's an Infinity Stone, right?
Yeah, that's why they had to stop making it. It was causing too many problems.
No, my favorite. So that's a good question. My favorite Mario. You know what? I'm gonna say Super Mario World for the Super Nintendo.
Well, that was your favorite console.
That was the SNES. I cannot say more good things about that thing. That was in my lifetime. That was like, you know how television is a parent to some people.
Yeah,
my Super Nintendo was a uncle to me.
Yeah, I hear you.
I still had my parents, but that was up there.
That was uncle.
Yeah.
Your favorite uncle.
My favorite uncle was my Super Nintendo. No, I liked Super Mario World because of the cape.
Yeah,
and I liked been going dwang. Yeah. Well, there's lots of reasons why I liked it, but Super Mario World, although Super Mario 64, I remember when that came out. I remember
and your mind was blown.
My mind blew to pieces. I remember looking in my Nintendo Power magazine, getting a first-hand look at the Nintendo 64 and how curvaceous the corners were.
It's like the Cadillac.
Yeah, and it reminded me of a Jaguar car, you know.
Yeah.
And then to see those...
Well, what the N64 did was quite fascinating.
Ambitious and everything, and it changed gaming. It really did. And to see Super Mario 64, the first time you start up and you're in the field outside the castle, and you climb up the tree and then go upside down and launch, and just to explore the world that was...
In 3D.
In 3D, yeah. It was...
You'll never experience that again. You know what I mean? Like the first time experience... going from 2D gaming to 3D gaming.
Yeah, it was...
I was like right on the edge of that border where I got to experience that.
Yeah, that's good you did, because it changed. It changed. And it's unfortunate that the hardware does not live up to the hardware today, because it's hard to play a lot of those games like Perfect Dark or GoldenEye.
Yeah.
You know, it's hard to play those games now that we're used to 60 frames per second on a lot of shooters and stuff. But
and more high-end graphics and stuff.
the launch titles, I remember that what was that water game? The jet ski
Wave
game.
something 64. I think it was.
Because
Wave
I remember
64.
looking at that water, and you'll make fun of me. Yeah, Super Mario All Stars is really good too. Because that's unfair. Because that full-time gamers in chat,
Wave
that one's
Race
like all of them.
64.
That game, I remember looking at that water and going,
We had that game. I remember playing
"Holy
racing.
cow!" Because you look at the water now and you're like, yeah, it's all right, you know. Whatever.
Well, back then, like this was never seen before.
I
You
know.
what I mean,
it blew my mind, and I love that game. How you could bounce and then do a backflip or a barrel roll, and it was hard to do those things. And when you did it, you just felt cool,
Yeah.
man. So I would say, sorry for the long answer. I would say my first place is Super Mario World. Second place, Super Mario 64. Third place, Super Mario Brothers 3.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know if I ever like finished the story before we started talking
no,
about
sorry,
that.
whatever.
No. I just realized that Super Mario Odyssey. I'm really excited for this game because of all those reasons I just told you. But it's going to be playable at E3, which is awesome because that
sweet.
means if you're at E3, which is open to the public this year, which is fantastic, you can stand in line and play it. Hopefully with a booth babe teaching you how to play, because that's usually how Nintendo rolls, and that's why they always have the most popular booths.
And they don't care what the political
Look, man,
mumbo jumbo goes
I don't
on.
care if you're a man, woman, or whatever. If an incredibly attractive person is teaching you how to play a game, it doesn't matter.
That's going to be an
That's
attractive
going to be a
booth.
popular booth. Male, female, whatever. That's just how it works.
Yeah.
People like attractive people.
Like to look at attractive
Deal
people,
with it.
especially. Deal with it. That should be a bumper
Yeah,
sticker.
people like attractive people. Deal with it. Anyway, but what makes me more excited is if you don't get to go to E3, because it's playable, we'll probably get to see a lot of gameplay videos of people playing it, which is really exciting. I mean, who knows? We'll probably see gameplay at the Nintendo show itself, at the press conference.
Yeah, their little treehouse kind of event thing.
Yeah,
or-
yeah, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Another E3 event, which I think is cool, and I want to enter, but I don't think I can because I'm probably not good enough.
The
2017 ARMS Open Invitational.
With the
is-
punching game.
Yeah, is coming to E3.
So you have this game, right?
No, this game's not out yet.
Oh, I'm stupid. No,
I'm
but
actually the more and more I find out about this game, the more I get excited about it.
Yeah. Okay. You talk about this game all the time. How excited you are.
Yeah, because they're always releasing new stuff with it, and I just like the idea of me versus you. There's going to be a winner. There's going to be a loser.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
When does this game come out? Why did my brain think that this was out? I don't know. But when does this game come out?
I'm actually not too sure when this game comes out. Hopefully soon, in the summer, I think.
Well, if they're having the Invitational at E3.
Yeah. ARMS Open Invitational, the Nintendo booth at E3. Play for your chance to take home the belt.
Oh, they actually have a belt.
I hope they have a belt. That would be awesome.
You know, they should have Dwayne Johnson host the event.
With his belt.
With his belt, yes, exactly.
Actually, I think there is a release date for ARMS. June 16th.
That's actually...
That's very, very soon.
less than a month away.
I will be purchasing this game. I'm... Honestly, first of all, I like the games, like For Honor. Why that game appealed to me so much is because I like the fact where it's me versus you. There's a winner and there's a loser. There's no in between. You're going to win or you're going to lose.
Yeah.
You're going to be better than that person or you're going to be worse than that person.
Yes.
I like that style of game. I like that style of competitiveness.
It's just like how I'm better than you at Mortal Kombat.
Yes,
Yeah.
Sometimes.
No, I think all the time.
No, I don't think so.
I think you're remembering that incorrectly. I did beat you quite a bit.
I do have the new Injustice game.
You know what? Okay, I'll come over. We'll settle this.
I actually found a lot of cheese characters.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll beat you by skill. You can beat me by cheese.
Yeah, cheese. No, there's actually... I know this isn't on the Switch, but Green Arrow, I'm actually having a lot of fun playing him. The Green Arrow.
Well,
I don't think he's a cheese character, but I like his fighting style. It's very fun.
So what is his fighting style?
Beat you up. I guess I don't know how to explain it. I thought I'd like the Flash's fighting style because he's quick and fast, but I can't get into him.
Okay.
But the Green Arrow is kind of my... Green Arrow, he doesn't feel like Scorpion. So, because Scorpion, I really like Scorpion's fighting style. which I wouldn't know what to call it either. Beating you up, fighting
Well,
style,
because I guess it's
kung fu.
but martial arts with a hook.
Yeah.
He was the first Roadhog. You know that, right?
Yeah, he was. He was. Get over. He even says a line. Get over here.
Get over here.
He trademarked it. But anyway, back to Nintendo. Yeah, ARMS June 16th. There's actually some more ARMS news that we'll get to a little bit later. But Harvest Moon. I like Harvest Moon. I really liked it on another GameCube game that came out, Harvest Moon. Well, I think there was one before. Anyway, whatever. There was one on the GameCube that I really enjoyed. But Harvest Moon coming to the Nintendo Switch. It's a SNES style. Basically, it's you'll get the Stardew Valley vibe because you know how Stardew Valley kind of takes from
It's
inspired
by
like Harvest Moon, Animal Crossing, and basically every other fantasy role play, every other game in there, right?
Yeah,
the
yeah.
more you play it, but this new Harvest Moon will remind you of Stardew Valley. It's very similar. It's an SNES style game.
That means I'm buying it.
Yeah, so 2017 marks the 20th anniversary for the Harvest Moon series, and publisher Natsumi is Natsumi.
Not Natsumi. How many double negatives
Natsumi
are there?
is marking the occasion with a brand new game for Nintendo Switch. Announced Harvest Moon Light of Hope marks the franchise's first installment of on the Nintendo Switch for Harvest Moon. But first install, well, and there's gameplay of it right there, if you can see it. Very similar to that Stardew Valley style.
Oh yeah, it looks it looks just like it. Yeah.
So, personally, I was hoping for more of like the GameCube Harvest Moon style, but this is fine. I mean, I'm excited to play. I like Harvest Moon. It's just Harvest Moon is very similar to Stardew Valley in the fact that you farm.
Yeah, yeah.
You sell, you farm, you make money, and that's
What more could you ask for?
that's what you do, and it's good. But that's cool. So, happy anniversary to the Harvest Moon this year.
Yeah, 20s.
20, yeah.
They're in their 20s now.
So, and then jumping back to ARMS, another exciting feature. ARMS released their demo times. So they're releasing a demo similar to the Splatoon live fire test,
Okay.
and they have the times for us. So
is it like a 1 hour kind of a thing like they did before?
I don't think
Because Splatoon did that 2 hour like in between 4 p.m. and 6 p.m.
This is in weekend blocks.
Thank goodness. So
Yeah,
I'll actually be
you
able to
wake
play.
up at certain times. Yeah.
Those mornings, I don't do mornings, man.
So just like the global test fires for Splatoon, players can only participate in the ARMS demo during specific blocks of time. They call it the Global Test Punch, which is a pretty cool name. Say what you will, but they know how to name things.
Yes, they do.
And patch notes. They know what they're doing in that.
They know what to do with the patches.
Yeah. So the Global Test Punch runs for 2 weekends. First weekend, write this down, May 26th through the 29th, and that's a big one. You know why?
Why?
Because that's literally a week from today. 7 days, and we'll be able to jump into the beta. And that's what I'm excited for.
Good.
And then the following weekend will be from June 2nd to the 4th. So 2 weekends right in a row. Starting next weekend, you'll be able to play it. Now, I want to talk about this because there's some things I hope that they do.
Okay.
I hope multiplayer is not broken in the fact that
That's always a good hope.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll work and the connection will be fine. And I mentioned that's what we're testing, right? The Splatoon connection was fine, but what disappointed me about Splatoon, and I know this won't be in the full game because in the original Splatoon there was a section to play with friends. I want to specifically say, okay, I'm loading up ARMS demo. Oh, Mark is online. Challenge. You know what I mean? Invite to group. Play Mark in a 1v1 battle or a 2v2 battle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I want. Whereas Splatoon Test Fire, my biggest disappointment is me and David logged in.
You couldn't.
And we wanted to play with each other, but they only took you to a menu and they made you choose a class and then it auto-match made you into.
And that could be just the beta that they did.
Yeah, no. And I don't think Splatoon final product will be like that because in Splatoon 1 there was a specific option where it said play with friends and you can click that and you can play with friends and stuff like that, right? But I think, and I say this all the time, I think it's time for Nintendo to
make a package deal like they do with Xbox Live
exactly.
or PlayStation. Especially if they're going to be charging us for
what
it.
frustrates me about Mario Kart 8 is I'm having a good time with it, but it's not necessarily hard to get into a match with your friend, but it's not easy. You know, sometimes the matches. Why can't I? This is my biggest criticism with the games that are out now. And I don't know if Nintendo just wants to leave it up to the developer to give them a freedom, but that's kind of where I like Xbox Live, where Xbox Live says, hey, this is the standard, or PlayStation Network, hey, this is the standard. You need to have a, or where you can, basically they have an overlay over the game where you can invite playing the game and then all join together, right? What frustrates me about Mario Kart 8 is I can't invite you to a match and then we join together. We both have to like jump in at the same time. Or
Which
I have
is
to jump
near
in and then you have
impossible.
to join me, which it works, but you just kind of have to do it a few times, whereas I feel like that's counterintuitive.
For sure.
And I hope ARMS and Splatoon 2, when it comes out, don't make that mistake. I think Nintendo needs to step up and say, hey, we are going to have a universal multiplayer system. Your games can have their matchmaking just like they are, but it's going to be overlaid like Xbox Live and PlayStation Network where, players can jump into a party and then join a game to get, you know what I mean? It's going to have that, does that make sense? Overlay where like, the Xbox Network is over kind of the game and you can, like, for example, before we even load up Overwatch, we can invite each other to a party, talk on the dashboard for a while, both load up the game. I can invite you without ever doing any of the in-game stuff, all through Xbox Live, and then join.
Yeah, well...
That's what I want Nintendo to do. I think it's time for them to do that.
And maybe they have, we just haven't seen it yet, right?
But that's what bothers me. Is why.
Why are we going to be paying money to your service?
And I think they PR-wise did that wrong. They should not have said anything about money without showing us anything.
Yeah.
Just, hey, this is going to be free, and then you're going to pay us. And it's like, well, for what? You know what I mean? Like, you got to bring... And I know they're probably saving it for E3, which is fine, but what are you making me spend my money? You know what I mean? Why am I going to pay you X amount of dollars a month for what online service? Hopefully not the one that you have right now, because it's not that good. And I love my Switch, but that's what frustrates me is the online is not the best right now.
Well, I hope it does, because right now my online... I don't use it at all for online, except my wife playing Mario Kart Deluxe.
Yeah.
But she doesn't play with anybody. She just,
Online,
it's not an issue. Yeah, if I'll tell you, it better work. And the crappy thing is,
we know that you get the 2 free games, which is kind of you only get them for that month, and then you have the option to buy it or not. Like the SNES retro games that do have like multiplayer, they add stuff. But anyway, continue.
Oh no, I'm going to be quite upset if I don't see or hear or get features that I should be getting when I'm not getting them and I'm paying for it, because I'm going to have to get this service.
Yeah.
Because my wife loves Mario Kart and I want to keep my wife happy. So I'll be paying for the service. Mm-hmm. And I would like to get stuff for that.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to be able to press the blue button.
And the thing is yes, you do get those free games a month, but at the end of the month, they take them away from you, and you have the option to buy them. So I mean, it's not like games with gold or EA Access or PlayStation, games of the month.
Ghastly Magician in chat says we need to make a friend code thread of something for this community, basically. Or
we
this
do.
podcast.
Maybe we should make something in Discord, friend codes.
The fact that we have to do that states there's an issue. It screams that there's a problem.
Yeah.
Help us.
And I mean, I'm sure they have their reasons. I just don't like their reasons.
That's funny. That's funny. So what was the biggest story of the week?
I like the ARMS stuff. I'm excited for that game. I get more and more excited all the time.
You still have your 3DS, right, for Fire Emblem? Or do you not have that?
To be honest with you, I don't. No, I don't, because I got my Switch for $7 because I traded in all my stuff. That's right, $7 Switch.
Well, that Fire Emblem game might come to Switch, maybe.
And I've told you the story where I was like, well, if I get my Switch, that covers my portability, but I better keep my 3DS because I love Fire Emblem and I love Pokemon. And then the next day, they're like, you know what, Jordan? We'll put Pokemon on the Switch. They rumored it, and I was like, what? Okay, well, but and then the Fire Emblem said, hey, you know what? We'll put a new Fire Emblem on the Switch for you as well. And I said, well, you got me. And that's why I ended up trading in my DS, because get a little bit cheaper on the Switch, and those games are coming over.
Yeah. Well, let's go to the question portion of the podcast. Let's talk about physical versus digital games. This question comes from Patrick. I believe it's Madsen, Patrick Madsen. Sorry if my handwriting's terrible, so that's my bad. His question is, what are your thoughts on price difference for physical versus digital games? If you're not receiving a tangible item, how can the price be the same?
That's the age-old question.
Yes.
Because theoretically, they don't have to make a box, so therefore they don't have
The price goes down because they have less production cost.
Maybe they charge you a virtual box space, like the console owner says, okay, well, you got to put the virtual box over it. You know what I mean? Maybe.
But that's still, the virtual box is still just codes.
Yes.
Once you make it once, you never have the cost of making it ever again.
Yeah, so honestly, it would be nice if digital copies were cheaper. Because it would be nice if anything was cheaper.
Yeah. The argument I've heard, and I think this is a flawed argument, but I'm going to go ahead and say it. The argument I heard is that traditional retailers would throw a fit because it will hurt their sales, and there will be a lot of pushback.
That's called the free market, my friend.
That's the flaw. So that's
if your product sucks, it won't sell. That's I feel like that's pretty straightforward.
So the argument is, well, if we do that, then you lose an entire method of getting your game out to people. I think that's a flawed argument because when technology changes, businesses have to change as well. Mm-hmm. And if your technology has been bypassed or passed up, you die as a business. And I mean, I'm going to throw out, let's think of the horse and buggy. You know, it's still a great way to travel, but now we have airplanes.
Yeah.
And now the horse and buggy isn't as around, it's not around as much. And the horse and buggy maker was probably going, oh, that Ford Model T.
Friggin' Henry.
Yeah. No, I'm just thinking, my argument here is when the market is changing like it is, and I'm an idiot. Just full disclosure, I'm an idiot, but this is how I think. The traditional way of selling games, it's changing because digital games now exist. We did not have before. We didn't have the internet, so the best place to get them was a brick and mortar store that has the digital or that has the physical copies of games. The fact that I think there should be a change in price personally, because I like cheaper prices.
Even if it's $10,
but that's not why I think so. I think it's very unfair to consumers because the digital prices are different, or the digital versus physical are the same, and they're making a lot more money on digital, from what I understand, or from my brain thinks, but I could be wrong.
Well, think about it. If digital is cheaper to make and you keep the price the same, you're making a better profit off of it.
Yeah. Well, and once you make it once, you never have to make it again. Whereas physical, you have to always reform. You have to pull up that 3D printer. And print that card, press that button.
Whereas this one, you just run as administrator every once in a while. And you right-click.
You basically copy and paste.
Yeah. Control V for the professionals.
Yeah, Control C, Control V. Yeah. That's what's happening. Yeah. So, good question, Patrick. I agree with you.
I do too. I wish they were cheaper.
I think it's a not an if. I think it's a win. I think there will be a change later on in life.
Think about it. If you lower the price for digital copies, what does it encourage people to do?
Buy the digital copy of the game.
All right, and then
that's why the brick and mortar stores are going to, the traditionalists are going to be in an uproar, but that's progression.
I mean, I know some.
That's progress.
I fall into this category too. For example, I have all the World of Warcraft boxes, right? Because I like the collection factor. The last two expansions I did buy digitally, but then eventually I went back and bought the actual code. So if anybody wants a free Warcraft code, I have two of the last expansion just sitting in my
his
thing,
Twitter is JordanManXOB.
Yeah, and you need every Draenor and Legion. But anyway, because I like the boxes for the collection factor, but again,
and that's never going away. Collectors love that stuff.
Yeah. I like that. But again, I bought the digital copy because for one, it was way more convenient. I said, hey, it comes out in a couple hours. Bye. Oh, look, I can sit here for a few more hours instead of driving. You know what I mean? But the convenience, and so I guess there's the argument of like the collection factor. But like you said, that's never going to go away. Collectors are always going to be there. But I don't know. It's just
no, yeah.
Because I I was hesitant to be all digital, like when we first jumped into this newer generation of Xbox One, PlayStation 4, Nintendo Switch, because I did like the physical collection factor.
But then you realized how lazy you were.
Yeah, then you
Because that's what happened to me. I realized
it's like this is
I
what
don't have to change the disc, press it, just load it up, and then I can delete and download when willy-nilly.
It's the switching between games so fat, like never having to get up to worry about CD. I mean, it really is nice, and I've fully converted to the digital lifestyle.
Me too.
It's like
so. Do you think
it's like McDonald's and like a classy burger joint? It's like I could go to the classy burger joint, but McDonald's is just so much easier.
Do you think people are paying for convenience then? Is that justifiable?
No, because the stupid convenience movie theater fee, that makes me mad too. So if that's the reason, I will lose it.
I honestly think I don't know who's going to make the first step.
Just for reference, movie theaters do an online convenience fee that really makes me mad.
Oh,
that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
If that's what they're doing, like, the convenience of buying it on, like, I'm saving you money. Why are you charging me more?
When you buy the ticket at online versus at the theater, they charge you like a $2 convenience fee.
And it's like, what? I'm conveniencing you.
By not going to your employee and taking up your employee's time.
Yeah. And you don't have to hire an employee and pay them. When I like...
Yeah. Well, I think it's just a matter of time. Whoever moves first, Xbox, PlayStation... Steam. Look at Steam prices on games.
All digital. Have you ever went to the
digital.
Steam store, the local Steam store, and bought a physical Steam copy?
No, yeah, and that's why probably one of the reasons why.
You know what's funny is a lot of the discs that you buy, because this happened to me with Skyrim. I bought a Skyrim disc and it loaded it on Steam, and then I never had to use the disc again. Like
yeah.
I mean,
I think it's just a matter of time before prices will be cheaper, is what I'm getting at. I think it's just a matter of time. Whoever moves first, the first mover advantage is going to cause the market to shift. But you'll always have those traditionalists. It's same with cable television. It's same with regular broadcasting television. The market is changing with how we receive our media. And you'll always have those old traditionalists that don't want it to budge, but they'll die someday. And that's when it'll move.
Yeah.
So, hey, thanks for the question, Patrick. It's most appreciated. Guess what? That's our show.
What'd you play this week?
Oh, you know what? I forgot that last week too. Every time I used the restroom this week, it was a goal of mine. I played Binding of Isaac.
Good for you.
My legs were asleep and everything. Oh yeah, I beat it many times. That's a game you have to beat a billion times before you beat it.
Yeah.
And I'm way. It takes like 400 hours to beat it. Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
So yeah, I played that, a little bit of Mario Kart, but those are the only 2 games I own right now. I'm waiting.
Yeah.
I'm waiting. But I'm telling you.
You got the ARMS demo next week.
The legs falling asleep in the bathroom means you succeeded. I like what I do. I beat a level. I go play until I die on Binding. And that's that. I'm in there for a while.
That's awesome.
That's my timestamp for that. So yeah, what did you play?
So I wanted to jump into Zelda and get a little bit more side stuff done, but I didn't do that because I was playing Mario Kart. When I had a chance to play my Switch, I played Mario Kart.
Oh man,
because I just tried to beat the 50cc, then the 150, then the 200, then the mirror mode. 50, 100, 150, then the mirror mode, then the 200.
Basically, the campaign.
Yeah. I like to have the 3 stars on everything, just so when people come over, they're like, "Whoa,
that guy knows the stuff."
And collecting the coins, getting the unlocks.
Wouldn't it be nice to have an achievement that pops up?
Yeah. See,
that
then people don't have to come over.
That a system, would have if it had a system on there. No, that's good. I find myself bringing my Switch everywhere I go whenever I travel. Like when I go do shoots, because for those new listeners, I'm a photographer. Whenever I go do shoots, I pack it in the car just in case there's some downtime. The Switch is changing my life.
The Switch didn't have a camera like the 3DS did. Then you can just take pictures with that while you're playing.
Yeah, on the clock.
Yeah.
This is good enough. Yeah. Does this capture in RAW? Maybe not. So no, perfect. What will you be doing this week?
Probably unlocking more stuff for Mario Kart.
Yes.
And then trying to jump back into Zelda.
Good for you. I haven't touched Zelda in a while
Because you have it on the Wii
I
still.
know it's
And
on
you
the
got
Wii
your
U.
Switch, so it's hard to go back and play.
Yeah. I'll be honest. I'm glad I got Binding, even though it was way more than anywhere else. But I'll be playing every time I go to the bathroom. Binding of Isaac.
So at least once every other day.
I do. I'm a once a day kind of guy. You know,
That's healthy.
I think God made that moment in time for men a place to relax.
Yeah, I hear.
I will take that. I will clock out and go there every chance I get, because I'm telling you, the world turns off when that door closes, and you can just. It is so relaxing.
I hear you.
I'm telling you, that is God's way of saying, "Hey, you need a break." You know, grab a Switch.
I know what you mean.
So that's I'll be doing it every time. So I don't go every other day because I need that time in my day. That's what I'll be playing. You can find me at Mr. McSpicy on Twitter. My gamer tag is also Mr. McSpicy on our other system, but you can't add me as a friend unless you have some super powered code, and I don't know it. So
I'm Jordan XOB everywhere. If you want me to add you, just send me your friend code via Twitter, direct message.
Oh, that's a great idea. Hey, do that to me too.
So.
Yeah, do that to me too.
If you don't want me to add you, then don't send it.
We are the NES Bros. Thanks for hanging out with us. This is our last show without David.
Yeah, he'll be back next week.
He'll be back next week. Well, we miss him. He's a good guy. Thank you, everybody, for subscribing to us on Patreon. Be sure to check out our website, nesbros.com, and click on that Discord button, because that's an excellent way and place to find people in the positive gaming community. Thanks, everybody. Enjoy your week.